Hi, I'm Will Padmann. I'm a partner sales manager here at AWS, working in the startup division. And I'm joined here today by two colleagues, José Andrade. José, hopefully I've pronounced that properly. Your mother hopefully will be proud. And Joe Vartuli from CreditorWatch. And look, CreditorWatch is a fintech. They've been in business for about 13 years. And they've recently done a very successful application modernisation project with DNX Solutions, who are an advanced consulting partner with us. José, I'll turn to you. Tell us a little about the role you perform at DNX Solutions, and tell us a little bit about DNX as well.
First of all, thanks for having us, Will. And thank you very much for pronouncing my name as my mom would. I'm pretty sure she'll be very happy. I am the head of professional services at DNX, and my role as the head of professional services is to ensure that our customers, like CreditorWatch, will be provided with the consultants who fits perfectly the needs they have in that given moment to deliver the task that needs to be done to achieve the value thereafter during this cloud journey. As you mentioned, DNX is an Advanced AWS Partner. We are a cloud-native company, and by being a cloud-native company, we understand that providing our customers with the infrastructure in AWS is not enough. It can be a bit better. We go a bit beyond. And how do we do so? Everything flows from a business need. And what translates in business needs into, say, artifacts, actually application. So we look from the application perspective, and then from that application as well data, because they're always holding hands. We build these environments and we help our customers to migrate their application and their data to this well-architected foundation that we built.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks for that, José. Joe, I'll turn to you. You're the CTO at CreditorWatch. Tell us a little bit about the role you perform and a little bit more about CreditorWatch as well.
Yeah, so look, CreditorWatch really was born in the cloud, and was born out of a need for SMEs to be able to verify who they were doing business with, and that need was around being able to provide credit to businesses, understanding how much credit they should be giving to businesses, and making it accessible to all those SMEs out there in Australia. So what started as a really scrappy startup has turned into Australia's largest commercial credit bureau with over 50,000 customers.
Oh, fantastic. Joe, where were you before modernisation? What were the sort of business challenges and day-to-day challenges you faced?
So look, like any startup, you're wearing multiple hats when you're first in that startup phase, where everybody has the ability to perform their actions. You're quite autonomous. Everyone's got their needs covered by their role. However, as we started to grow, security becomes all that more important. The ability to ensure that proper processes are followed throughout that software development lifecycle comes into play. And then all of a sudden, responsibility and roles shift. What we needed was the ability to have DNX come in, provide those sort of foundations to build upon, and be able to allow our engineers to be autonomous style roles where they could actually still perform their duties really quickly, but through a really controlled means.
Joe, at some point in this journey, you were responding to market needs, and then you were positioning yourselves to actually anticipate those needs. What was the decision you went through to actually embark on this application modernisation exercise?
Yeah, so look, fintech's is a really interesting business because it's probably only the last sort of 5 to 10 years where that modernisation and use of technology has really come through that fintech space. So there's been a lot of movement over the last years. Gone are the days of here's my Excel spreadsheet on my laptop to you're now back into the cloud and you're trying to do things very differently. So CreditorWatch really was looking for the ability to still have speed to market and still be that scrappy startup that can push really quickly out there. They're looking for security. We're handling a huge amount of personal data. So how do we pull and segregate duties across our personnel, but at the same time ensuring that that engineering enablement was still there, and that innovation was still present.
Okay, fantastic. So Jose, tell us about how you engaged on the project and what did you actually do to help with the transformation that was undertaken?
As I mentioned, from the day zero, we started talking to CreditorWatch, and Transplant Joe opened his plans of expansion and where CreditorWatch was at the moment, and together we draw a roadmap of modernization, and then from there our very first engagement was to jump in and build that well-architected foundation that I believe from day zero brought a level of security that CreditorWatch was after. And flowing from there, we agreed that we would to start with and to build trust with the team, like having the teams working together. We agreed on migrating 2 applications. So it was a very small one and a very large one. We migrated the first one, and so the CreditorWatch team could see the way the end result will be. And then for the second one, which was the big challenge at the time, we migrated already along with a CreditorWatch team. And that also brought us the opportunity to onboard the CreditorWatch team on the way DNX migrate applications and the way we understand CreditorWatch team, which is, by the way, is already a very experienced team of devs, could take advantage of the best of the cloud. So we migrated the second one together. And then from there, we definitely partnered together to migrate them all. Yeah, and also, again, looking to the data stream and the data needs.
So look, just in summary then, how would you differentiate DNX from other consulting providers, particularly around these sorts of projects?
I believe the tricky part is to build trust with the customers, and that's our goal from day zero. To do so, open and transparent conversation about their roadmap, so where they are, where they need to be, how we can help them to get there. And then throughout this journey, we always look from a business perspective, application side of things, data side of things, and again, working together in this journey. So we share knowledge with our customers team all over the journey. And by sharing knowledge, we empower the customer's team to carry on the tasks once we walk away. We actually never walk away because there's always something to improve, to keep working on, and that's the way we believe it has to be done.
So Joe, what are the practical benefits that you've seen as a result of the project? How are you doing things differently now?
Yeah, so look, from my perspective, we brought DNX in not because there was a lack of skill, but their experience in having been there, done that with so many other customers. So we're kind of building on top of the shoulders of giants type philosophy when we start thinking about that. So when we've been able to bring DNX in, we've been able to speed up that development process and get our applications out there all that much faster. So they've brought in that skeleton framework that we can start building on top of. And then what's really enabled us is that speed to market, enabling an autonomous team that can actually still build and release as quickly as possible. But they've brought in that standardization and those security processes, knowing that we can actually still push, innovate, drive our infrastructure and actually focus on the business rather than focusing on, what's actually really happening underneath the hood.
Have you seen any change from a human perspective, the behaviour of the team, the morale, how the team interacts? Has this project assisted that in any way?
With any, I guess, change, there's a little bit of friction. There's a little bit of pessimist sort of thoughts that go through people's head in terms of what happens in my role, where is it going to go? I'm going to lose some of the ability to do it, especially with engineers where you're pulling away access. It's always a bit of a frightening time. But what we kind of saw is when we started building that trust is that they could see that they wouldn't lose absolutely everything. There was a means and a control and a process to go through, but it was actually quite efficient and actually quicker than what it was previously before. So all of a sudden you've got a beautifully infrastructure as code controlled environment. And I think the developers, the engineers themselves really appreciate that ingenuity.
What would you offer to the viewers out there for other CTOs? What advice could you share off the back of your experiences with this project?
Growing in such a quick succession in our lifetime, we're growing 50, 60% year on year. What I'd definitely say is invest in your foundations and those initial processes. They really pay off over the long term. And it's really hard. I think what engineers don't do very well is sell. And I think one of those things is trying to understand and sell the fact that investing in these drives a big ROI and efficiency for your developers, in trust for your customers, knowing that their data is being held in a secure platform. From there, I think things become a little bit easier when those foundations have been set.
Look, Joe, thanks so much for sharing your insights. So hopefully the folks at home really take those lessons and are able to apply them in the work and the projects they're tackling as well. So, Jose, congratulations to you and the DNX Solutions team as well. It sounds like it's a fabulous partnership. It's a great result. We always like to see those outcomes.
Thanks for opening this opportunity. Yeah, it would be great if they can browse DNX website. Within DNX website, there's this professional services area, and in there they can book a 15-30 minutes time in my agenda. We can go for an open initial conversation. It would be great.
Oh, fabulous. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time today, and look forward to hearing more positive stories about the development of the CreditorWatch business in the future. And thanks everybody at home for joining in. Thank you.